I am your personal guide on the journey of growth. How are you today? How are you this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, the 28th day of July? This July we just got into is finished. Yeah, the days are flying, the days are running. How are you doing today? How is it with you? How has it been? How has July been for you? What has happened in you, with you, in this month of July? Please do share with me. I love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how it's going with you. Remember that I'm your personal guide on the journey of growth. I don't just tell you about the journey. I actually go on the journey with you. Yes, I do. I actually go on the journey with you. And this month of July, we have been talking about seasons of life because truly, everybody goes through seasons. Life, seasons, full of seasons. 1 minute. Let me just make sure. Okay, yes, it is. I'm audible on Facebook, Instagram. Let me see. Last week we couldn't go live on Oh, we're live on LinkedIn this week. Good. That's good. I'm glad. Last week I never saw the notification, so I don't even know if we went live on LinkedIn last week. So, but this week we're live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, everywhere. So wherever you can, join us there. And as you join, let me know that you are there. Just say hello, say hi, something, so that I will know that you are there. And tell me where you're joining me from. I love to know all the different parts of the world where we're joining from. I even as you watch the replay, because I know some people cannot join live because of the time. So once you watch the replay, do let me know that you're here. Let me know where you are joining me from. Let me know where you're watching from. Just let me know. So this month of July, we've been talking about seasons of life, seasons of life. And so today, our topic is thriving in a season you didn't choose. Thriving in a season that you did not choose. We all experience different seasons, as we have seen in our discussions so far this month. Different seasons. We have different seasons where we experience disappointment, seasons where we experience loss, seasons where we experience delays, uncertainty, so many different seasons of life. And sometimes those seasons, I will even say most times, it's once in a while that we get to choose our seasons. Most times, these seasons, we don't choose them. We don't decide this is how we want to go. It comes upon us and we are caught unprepared. So, what we're going to be looking at today is in the midst of that season that you did not choose, how do you thrive? How do you move on? How do you go on? That is what we're going to be looking at today. So let me just do a quick recap of what we have done in the past 3 weeks. What we have done in the past 3 weeks. So our first session in this series of seasons of life, we talked about knowing your season, knowing even what season you are in. So important, so key, but it's something sometimes we just skip over without realizing it. Knowing your seasons. Of course, we know life works and moves in seasons. And what worked in this season or in the past season may not work in this season. Or what is working now may not work in the season that you're going into. So you need to be able to recognize what season you are and know how to respond appropriately. That was what we talked about in our first session. In the second session in this series, we talked about when life changes without your permission, which happens almost all the time. Almost all the time life changes without your permission. And we did say that yes, life doesn't always follow our plans. It doesn't always. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always. And we need to respond wisely when those changes come upon us without our permission. because circumstances will definitely change unexpectedly. They will. Though, we can't control every change. We really can't. But we can control how we respond to those changes. That was what we talked about in our second session. In our third session, which was last week, we talked about the courage to begin again. The season has changed. The situation has changed. The circumstances around you have changed. We need to be able to move on, to start again. It's not failure to have to start again. It's never a failure. New beginnings are not failures. It's a new beginning. It's a sign of um, it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity for growth, not a failure. It's not failure that you needed to begin again. So, and we also said that you're not beginning from nothing. You're actually beginning from experience because you have experienced life. You have gone through things. You're beginning from that point of experience, from that point of wisdom, and then you're starting again and you're moving forward. So that was what we talked about last week. And this week is the conclusion, yay, yes, of this series on seasons of life. Next week, we begin a different series, unless you think I should continue. But I already have something planned. But if I get messages that I should continue, I will continue. But today is the conclusion of this series on seasons of life. And you've recognized your season, as we have said, you've accepted the change, you have found the courage somewhere to begin again. Now you need to thrive. You need to be able to thrive in that season, especially when it is the one you did not choose. So when it's the one that came upon you, you didn't choose this change. In in talking about these seasons we didn't choose, many times thoughts like, this is not the life I thought I would have by now. This is not how I imagined my life would look now. Thoughts like, I thought I would have been further along than I am right now. I never planned for this. Thoughts like this do go through our head once in a while. And it's because a season that we didn't choose is upon us. Things changed without our permission. Some things, that we didn't plan for have happened. That is why these kind of thoughts might begin to come through our head, because it's looking like we are failing. But if you have had these thoughts, first of all, you are not alone. We have all had them. We've all had those times where it looked like I'm not moving forward. But we need Okay, please let me know. I don't know what's happening today, but uh wow, I'm trying to use my phone, but the phone is no, just trying to see if I can get. Oh Lord, please let me. Today is interesting. I really don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's going off and on. Let me know if you can see me right now. Anywhere. Am I on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere? Because it's telling me I'm live, but I'm checking on Facebook on my tablet and I can't see anything.